welcome back to the Hulk. So everyone's been messaging me and asking me when I'm gonna bring Coral Friday back. I used to do Coral Friday a long time ago where I buy a coral every Friday, we dip it, we learn a little bit about it, make sure it's pest free before we put it in the main display, and then we learn where the best location where to put it. Then we turn the blues down, put the lens on, and see those colors pop. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start bringing back, hopefully every Friday I'll have a new coral for you guys, so you guys can check it out and learn a little bit about it. So today I hit up my local fish store. I saw a really nice recorder Yuma. It's very beautiful orange and different colors. It's gonna be great inside the Hulk. I don't have any of these corals yet, so I'm excited to get one in there. I got a perfect spot for it. These ones come out of the Indo-Pacific Ocean. They require like a high intensity light, but low flow. And I think I have a perfect spot inside Hulk Reef for this Yuma. So they like intense light, but low flow. And one thing about these ones here, they will split and they will multiply in your tank. So that's awesome. So if they frag out a little bit, I can give some to my friends. So we're gonna go ahead here and we're gonna dip your corals. Always make sure and dip your corals because you never know what kind of nasty bugs could be on this coral and it could infest your tank, your reef tank. You can get a couple of these bugs right here. You get some flatworms. Like I have clams, and you never know if a pyramid snail is going to attach to one of these puppies and bring it into your main display. And they'll kill out your clams. If you get those little pyramid snails, they end up getting underneath where the foot is, and they just feed on the clam itself, and eventually could kill it out. I had them one time. And the other thing is too, those little pyramid snails, I know when you get cleanup crew, even just look on the bottom of your snails. If you see a little white shell, it could be a pyramid snail, and you could get that in your main display, and it doesn't take very long for them to multiply and kill out anything like your clams. So it's just a little tidbit there. So I always make sure and dip all my corals because there could be some nasty bugs in there, acropora eating flatworms, all kinds of stuff, and we don't want any of those kind of pests in our tank. So a couple of my favorite coral dips that I use. This one's here by Two Little Fishies by REEF, Julian Sprung. This stuff works great. I've been using that one for years, and I've been dabbling with the Coral RX dip. This one works really well too. And it's crazy some of the nasty stuff that comes off these corals. Some corals come off clean, some corals don't. They have pests on it. And one of the other things you gotta really watch out for too is eggs from pests because sometimes these corals won't get rid of them. So sometimes I like to go along and scrub the frag plugs, or I break off the frag plug they're hooked to and I end up gluing my own piece. Sometimes I'll just knock this right off, glue it right onto part of the rock structure inside the hull. So today, I think we're gonna use the Coral RX. You're gonna end up, I got some tank water here and the water that's coming with the frag. So this one here, you usually dip it about 10 minutes and you just keep mixing the water around for 10 minutes. So that's what we're gonna do. This one here, it'll take off all kinds of little goodies. I can read a little bit of things that it's gonna take off for you. It removes some of these parasites, acropora eating flatworms, monopora eating nubrantia, zoanthid eating nubrantia, bristleworms, zoanthidated spiders, flatworms. And it aids in treatments of different algae as well, and rapid tissue neurosis and slow initial neurosis, and bacteria, infections, all kinds of stuff. Supposedly it's gonna help on it. How much does it help with those things? I have no idea, but I've had great success, knock on wood. No pests right now in the tank. Hopefully we can keep it that way by doing these applications. Definitely gonna help out your reef tank. As soon as you get flatworms and stuff in there, it's a real pain in the ass. They get in there, hopefully you got some cleaner wrasses in there that'll have taken off and take them out. So we're gonna go ahead here, we're gonna add the coral dip. So you need 4 capfuls of this per 1 gallon. I use a little bit of less water. I like it a little more potent just to make sure. So we're gonna add 4 capfuls in here. This is not 1 gallon of water, but I don't care, and it's always worked really well for me. So we put that to the side. Gotta grab a spoon. So you just grab it, mix it up, and then I want you to let it sit in here for 15 minutes. I sometimes go a little longer because I want to make sure there's nothing going on. So we're just going to open this up. Sometimes I'll just add the extra water that comes in the bag with the coral. It gives me a little bit extra because I know I don't have that 1 gallon. And then we're just going to mix this around and see what happens. Right now it's just attached, it looks like to a little piece of rock. So I'll bring you guys in here. We'll stir this up together for 15 minutes. So let's start a timer. Hey Google, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes. And that's starting now.
All right, so I'll bring you guys in here. We'll see if we see any little bugs coming off. All right, so I cleaned it out. I added up, what I usually like to do is I get another bowl and I'm gonna pre-dip it, second dip it again, and I'm gonna use the Revive this time. So what I usually do is like using both types because, you know, one might have a little something special compared to the other brand. And I just keep moving that around. Got that 15-minute mark. Because whatever, if there's anything on these corals, I want it in my tank. Soon coming up to the 15-minute mark. All right, so now that we got that Recorda Yuma all dipped, we end up using the Revive and the Coral LX. Do 2 separate batches to make sure that we get any pest that's on there. So this coral is all ready to go. So we're gonna end up placing it probably near the sand bed, but somewhere it's high intense light and medium flow. So with all my corals, I always spot feed my corals as well. I end up, I use Reefroids from Polyp Lab. I've been using this stuff 5 years pretty religiously. That's all I ever use on my tanks is the Reefroids. So if you guys want to try some of that, it's perfect stuff. And I always use the Polyp Booster. The Polyp Booster is full of aminos. It's great for your corals. And plus, I always feed this before I even add the Reefroids to my tank. It just triggers that feeding response. All the polyps get out and they know the good stuff is coming. So definitely 2 good products to check out. Like I said, I've been using this for 5 years. It's been an awesome product. So that's everything we've done to get this all ready. So medium flow, high intense light. We're gonna keep it near the bottom for now because they like it sort of like a mid-level, but we're keeping it very low because, you know, we've got to acclimate that coral going into the tank. So I have a perfect spot. Let's go get it in the tank and then we'll turn the blues down. We're gonna turn on my new Reef Brights XHOs on there and show you with those Reef Bright LEDs how much those corals pop without even running the Hydra AI 52HGs on there. If you're taking pictures or videos, they're definitely the light for you. Use the Reef Brights. I got them right here, and you guys see in my previous videos of me installing the Reef Brights, but definitely an awesome product. So let's go ahead. Let's take this nice Yuma in there. It's got some beautiful colors, and hopefully it opens pretty quickly so you guys can check it out. All right, so now to find the perfect spot for that Yuma. So I'm thinking over here on this side of the tank. I don't have much corals going on here. So I'm thinking right here on the rocks, I'm gonna add that Yuma. So it can, you know, it could spread, take over that spot. It's got some nice moderate flow. I think it's gonna be perfect. So I'm gonna get that coral. So let's get it placed right here. And then we'll come back, we'll just turn the Reef Brights XHOs on so we can see that coral pop. All right, farm hands, so I got the Recorda Yuma, got him all mounted here on the rock. You guys can see how awesome the colors is on him. As close as I can get you. That looks really good. So I got nice lighting here and nice flow coming off an MP40. So it's just the right amount of flow and we got the perfect amount of light. So later I'm gonna give this guy a feeding of some aminos and some Reefroids and all that good stuff to keep him really happy. So hopefully you guys really enjoyed this specimen. Let me get you guys in a little closer. It's pretty deep in the tank. I'm zoomed right in, but it gives you the idea how much that color is popping, and I can't wait for them to, you know, start splitting and multiply all over that rock. So that can be like my area just for that Yuma. So pretty excited. This first one I have in my tank. Switching it up a little bit, so doing a full-blown reef here. So there we go. All right, farm hands. So that is our specimen for this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I did and learned a little bit about it. It's definitely popping here in the tank, and I can't wait for it to, you know, start multiplying and taking off in Hulk Reef and really make those colors pop. So thanks for tuning in this week, guys, for another episode of Coral Friday. If you guys could hit that like button, that would be awesome. If you hit that subscribe button, it would be even better. So please subscribe and hit that like button.